Hey, it's me, Aaron, for Comic Show. I'm really excited about this week. I've been a Star Wars fan, a Star Wars collector of things since I was born. You know, I was born in '76. I was taken to Star Wars. I actually have a memory of Empire Strikes Back and just leaving the theater thinking like, WTF, like, Mom, like, how did it end like this? The good guys didn't win. What was going on? Like, I don't understand, but I did come out of it really loving Boba Fett. But anyway, Force Friday was great. I'm halfway through the Aftermath book, and this Shattered Empire is kind of like a companion to that Aftermath novel in that they both happen after Jedi and bridge the gap between Jedi and The Force Awakens. And they both have heavily to do with Endor so far, like characters that were there on that moon, characters that, you know, we saw there was so many different scouts and troopers and pilots, A-wing pilots, B-wing pilots, X-wing pilots, all that stuff. And now they're actually putting some names to them and giving them backstory. And some of them supposedly are going to carry on towards the future movies. And that's cool. I'm really enjoying the Aftermath. You know, I know that the EU is gone. I know a lot of people are kind of like disturbed about that, you know. I don't know. I enjoy a lot of comics, and then they're no longer part of continuity, and I can still go back and read those comics. You know, I have omnibuy on my shelves of things that are no longer in DC continuity, and I can go back and reread it and get that same enjoyment. But yeah, Shattered Empire was good. It was good. No connection so far between the book and this. Like, maybe there will be, maybe there won't be. One of the main characters, she's new, she's married, she's an A-wing pilot, and she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool, getting a lot of compliments from Lando, the ladies' man, and so far, my favorite Wicket is not dead. So that's the only spoiler I'm really gonna give, is that Wicket is not dead. I'm doing my own Wicket watch, and he's not dead. So, you know, like, I'm sure you've heard of the Willow watch, of people watching for things that might happen with the Willow, you know, the Willow movie. Maybe they're gonna remake it and not call it The Hobbit, I don't know, but I love Wicket, and I remember having him as a teddy bear. Like, other kids had teddy bears. I had a freaking Wicket that I slept with every night, and don't kill Wicket, seriously. If you guys kill Wicket, you know, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be freaking pissed off. But Shattered Empire was really good. Check it out. This stuff it has been fun. And I am saying this as a longtime Star Wars fan. I'm feeling that again. That thing that, like, I kind of lost it with Phantom Menace. You know, I go to Phantom Menace opening night and I sat there in the theater, and when it's over, I was like, what the hell was that? What was up with that big, like, NASCAR pod race interlude and all that? You know, that just wasn't. What was up with this spice trade and some embargo, and I just didn't care. Just didn't care. And but I still can watch Empire and Jedi and New Hope Star Wars and enjoy the hell out of it. And I'm excited again. I'm an excited Star Wars fan. And Marvel's really helping with that. This Darth Vader has been awesome, and I can't wait for the crossover between Vader and Star Wars to do comics, as Darth Vader is pretty much painting himself into a corner with all his machinations and all his trying to regain power or keep his power after the big F-up that was the first Death Star blowing up, and him and his tie not being able to take out Luke or the Millennium Falcon and just going off into space. And I'm digging it. We all know that he does solidify his power somehow. Like, we know that. Like, and you know, when you watch, you know, Better Call Saul, you know that he lives because you saw him in Breaking Bad, but it's still highly enjoyable because you like the character. So that's what that is. And as far as the Secret Wars tie-ins, they're all good. I'm not really talking about them much because they're all kind of winding down, and the main book is late, and there's all this new stuff that I'm getting more excited about every time they release some more information. But Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows is the final issue. It is by Dan Slott, who was doing the regular series and is going to be doing the new regular series. And it was good. It was awesome. It shows a married Spider-Man with a kid and how that would be in a nutshell. Bad and good, but I really enjoyed it. And perhaps, I am not spoiling anything. I'm not spoiling anything. I will not spoil the ending of this. However, we know this new Spider-Man book, he's trying to be a lot more mature, trying to run a big business, trying to be essentially Tony Stark as Peter Parker. Perhaps he retains these memories and wants to be the man that can have a wife and kid and be stable for them, and is putting his life together like this first. This is not a spoiler because I have read this and there's nothing like that in there. But perhaps that's what Dan Slott's building towards if he retains his memories and, you know, whatever. So anyway, I'm enjoying Renew Your Vows, and I like Dan Slott's run, and I'm excited about the new stuff. Batman, Snyder, this was fun. Jock drew it, Snyder's cohort with witches, and it was kind of it's the origin of Bloom. It's Bruce's Batman. It's back, you know, a year or so in the past, whatever, you know, like he's fully Batman. It's not like 0 year, and it's beautiful. It's a beautifully drawn book, and it's a nice interlude from, you know, the Gordon Bats, which I'm enjoying Gordon Bats way more than I thought I would. I mean, I knew it was Snyder, but the promo images were just kind of Energizer Bunny-ish, but Snyder, he used it, he made it work. And this issue is exercised, it's Jock on art, and it's the Bruce Wayne Batman, and it's the origin of this new villain, and yeah, Penguin's in it too. So it's fun, it's good, get it, enjoy it. And the Harley Quinn road trip special was pretty trippy. It was cool. It, you know, you could skip it, you could not skip it. You shouldn't skip it if you get the regular book because it's the same writers and it's a bunch of artists, and there's some really cool scenes. And you got your, you know, your classic Vixen, Gotham Girls, Gotham City Sirens, whatever you want to call them, that trio together having fun, which doesn't really happen in the New 52. And is this really even New 52 continuity? Who knows? I don't even care. Palmiotti and Connor can do whatever they want with this character, and it's fun. And I think that people that like her and like her interacting with Catwoman and Poison Ivy should absolutely get it, regardless of whether she looks like this or looks like how she did before the New 52, because it's just a fun Harley Quinn story with those characters that you guys already love if you like Harley Quinn. So, you know, get it, you know, or don't if you don't like Harley Quinn, because then there's no reason to get it. Moving on to the stuff that I'm always really excited about. Image, they've been doing a lot of weird stuff with format, like the Island and now this Headlopper. This is thick as hell, and it's all the same writer-artist. Like, this guy is badass, Alan McLean. This Headlopper book is ridiculous. It's beautiful, it's violent, it does what he says. I mean, he seriously just lops heads off. And yeah, it's, if you're a fan of Hellboy, Mike Mignola stuff, if you're a fan of Brian Wood's Northlanders or Orkstein or any of those type of fantasy violent books, seriously get it. And I think this guy's obviously going places. I'm sorry I didn't know where he was before this. Maybe he was in something that was an anthology that I read and I don't remember, but this was a great introduction to him for any fans, and it was just really enjoyable. And I like that Image not only gives established Marvel, DC writers, whatever, a place to do their creator-owned stuff, but also kind of has fun new stuff that you can really get a cool fix on and be like, oh wow, this is awesome. So yay, Image. Bitch Planet number 5's out, late as hell. It was a great ending to the first story arc. There was a lot of cool stuff. I'm loving this book. I am non-compliant. I'm thinking about getting the tattoo, honestly. And because it's just cool. And I like little tattoos, you know, because they're not that painful. I get it pretty small. But the collection is coming out very soon, and it will be a $10 collection. So yay, $10 volume ones. Phonogram and Material Girl, it's Take On Me. Like, she goes into the music video just like Chris Griffin does in Family Guy. That's like, I hate it when people reference Family Guy, because Family Guy is referencing other things, and then it just gets in this endless loop of references. But Phonogram is great. You can read it with just this new thing, but if you want to go back, seriously go back. It's the same creative team. There's 2 volumes. Just do it. And if you did get those volumes, get in the issues. Like, that's how things happen. They're serial. And Gillen and McKelvey aren't going to do more unless they sell well, because I don't think they can afford to do it all as an original graphic novel. Maybe they can, maybe they can't, but I'm enjoying it. Walking Dead, look at this cover. Look how badass this is, and how long has Rick had this coming? Like, I've wanted to do this to Rick over and over again. What a smug bastard. Like, what an utter failure. What an incompetent piece of shit Rick is. Like, seriously. Like, every single thing he's done has been wrong. Just look at his body. Just look at his physical body, and you see, I don't want to effing follow this guy. I don't want to look like that. You know, and then here's Maggie, and he sits there and just mansplains to her. Like, I understand a lot of people don't like this mansplaining, but he's like, oh, you can't kill because then we're just as bad as them, you know? Like, oh, you can't let Gargamel fall. Papa Smurf will be mad. He said that we'll be just as bad as Gargamel. It's like, F that. Seriously, there's people that want to kill you, you kill them. And, you know, you saw what had happened if you were reading issue to issue with massive death, and it's all Rick's fault. And he gets what's coming to him this issue, and I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, no spoilers other than what you can see from the cover. It was great. It's been coming a long time between Maggie and Rick, ever since issue 100 with poor Glenn. And finally, Image Collections. It's a big week for Image Collections. Saga 5. Saga is like easily their biggest book, easily the biggest selling book here. And we just sell the graphic novels all day long, all of them. This is volume 5 out. It is $14.99. The first volume is $10. Just get it. Just get your friends into it. Get everyone into it. It's wonderful. Descender is out. Jeff Lemire's volume 1. It's a $10 volume 1. I've reviewed it plenty of times when the issues came out. It's awesome. And Chrononauts, Mark Miller and Sean Murphy. I kind of think it's Booster Gold and Blue Beetle that, like, he pitched that to DC, and DC's like, whoa, that's wildly entertaining. We can't do that. Let's see what Dan Jurgens wants to do. But anyway, it's good. It's fun. They go back in time, do all kinds of crazy stuff, and it has a heart to it. It has a story of your dad, your wife, your legacy. What kind of man do you want to be? Are you always going to take these shortcuts and time hops? It's a good book. Get it. Seriously, it's $10. Just get it if you like anything Mark Miller. And this is one of his books that has all those ridiculous things and doesn't shy away, doesn't turn the camera or cut away when it's time to, like, go visit the baby Jesus and give him whatever frankincense or myrrh you have in your pocket. But it also has, like, heart and soul to it. It's not just shock value or, like, OMG, look at this, tweet, hashtag. It's actually good. And finally, things that are actually good. Atomic Robo. This is new. You can see this homage cover. It's Ring of Fire, and it's IDW's putting it out. It used to be Red 5. And Brian Clevenger writes it. He's a friend of the store. He's a friend of Nerdy Show and all things that used to be Orlando for him. He's since moved on to bigger and better things. This is out. If you want to get this, you can. It's in the middle. He's been doing it for a long time. You could read this online for free, I'm told. It's atomic-robo.com, and you can support his Patreon. You can do whatever you want. It's cool, but this is what you should really get. Like, if you've gotten an Atomic Robo, and you know you have, you know you've got an Atomic Robo for Free Comic Book Day, and you know that dinosaur was funny, and you know you always thought, I should check out more of this, and then you didn't, because, you know, whatever, maybe your store didn't have any. I mean, that's a distinct possibility. It was hard to get even from Diamond and Red 5 because I knew the guy, and sometimes I bought it straight from him because it was hard to get through distribution. They sidestepped distribution with Kickstarter and with online, but then IDW said, hey, you know, this stuff you're doing with this Tesladyne Corporation, can we get in on this, you know, as they are wont to do. So it's essentially like, sort of like how they franchise all the Hasbro stuff, the Gym and the Transformers and the G.I. Joe. They did not nurture this. They did not make this happen. IDW is not responsible for this character or any of this. They did not discover these creators, but what they did do is put it all in this nice, thick graphic novel that is just cover to cover full of stories. And this is like 3 previous graphic novels full of stuff and probably a one-shot or so. And it's awesome, and it's $40. So you get a lot of stuff in here for $40. You should get it, seriously. Like, how many free comic book day issues are you going to get before you're like, you know, I kind of want to take my relationship with Atomic Robo a little further. And, you know, I might not be ready for the Patreon yet, but this graphic novel really is a good deal. And I flipped through this issue and I didn't see Atomic Robo anywhere in it. So maybe I'll get this. And go to atomic-robo.com and check out more of what I'm saying. I swear, I'm told you can read comics for free there. So there's that. I mean, why do we need to shop? Just put it all for free online. Thanks, Brian Clevenger. Bye-bye.